Yes, because that is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to improve his globe.
I have enough confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance to show you what I got. I got one chance to show I'm confident or not. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, and the fools are running away. It's not what you say, it's only what you can prove. You better watch your step, you better mind your P's and Q's. You got one chance, show me what you got. You got one chance to show you confident or not. Don't get caught in the matrix of all of these fakers. Society spinning, and I'm just here living on the ground. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, logically thinking, and the fools are running away. You're flipping over backwards to show me where you think you are. Your model dictates that you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance, you can do fuck all with an angle, and the fools are running away.
Yes, because that is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to improve his globe. Let's get this debate going. I'm here as a globe believer.
Hey,
Alright, you believe a
Dawn,
new moon?
you come back with a
Here he
glober.
is. All right, Dawn.
Well
I've
done.
always been a globe believer.
Hey, Don. Welcome.
Welcome
Did
back.
SV leave?
Yeah, Dawn's took over.
Ah, done with you.
About the new moon?
Yeah, the new moon.
What about it?
What do you mean, what about it?
It's symbolical for the pagans, isn't it, when it comes back? What else?
I already dealt with one guy. I'm not in the mood
straight
for
back
another one.
into the moon, Dawn. How have you been?
Oh, I've been great, thanks.
Music's been good, cool. I like your drone stuff as well. That's been good.
Cheers. How's it going, Bev? Have you done your level experiment yet?
We've done plenty of tests. Yeah. It's not an experiment, is it?
Or just test?
Yeah. Because, I mean, what's the observation? Ooh, that water looks...
Well, I definitely don't want to get into it.
That's how you do an experiment, isn't it? So we're not doing that. We're just doing a test. Straight line test. Using
So you've done some more,
geometric procedure.
You've done some more and you've got results that you like.
Did you? Yeah. Did you see us go out to the beach?
No.
No.
It doesn't really interest me, honestly.
Oh. Oh well. There was no point you asking then, was there?
I thought he was the one watching.
He might have been watching.
I guess I'm politely asking, the flat Earth theory hasn't completely crumbled yet in your mind.
What? There's no flat Earth, Dawn. Never has been. Have you not heard what we say?
Level, whatever, level Earth.
Yeah. Are you one of those people that think if you say level is horizontal, then do you think those people that say that are flat earthers?
I think the surface of the water curves slightly over a big area because of gravity.
Okay, so if you're one of those people that say, when people say a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference, then that's flat Earth, right? To you, of course.
No, I call you a flat earther because you're trying to prove Earth isn't curved.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to let people
testing,
know that the
and
water
then
level
about Earth
is horizontal. It's a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
Okay. So horizontal Earth, whatever.
There's a load. Well,
It's
no.
only a name. It's only
Just
a name
the water, Dawn. The water.
Horizontal water Earth.
Yeah. No, not the Earth. Just the water. The tool. A water level is there to establish a horizontal plane of
And
reference.
you mean horizontal as in definitely not curved?
A horizontal is a dead straight line, yeah.
Yeah. So if I imagine all the oceans being horizontal,
No, it didn't
means
say that.
the Earth is
Didn't say that.
generally horizontal.
You've heard of
It's like a
tides,
plane.
right, Dawn?
A plane.
You've heard of tides, Dawn?
Yeah.
Right. So that's not what we do. When we say a water level, we mean the tool, and we mean level being horizontal. We're one of those groups of people that jumps to all sorts of conclusions about things, aren't you?
You don't believe.
You're one of those
horizontal.
Earth shape obsessed people, aren't
Now,
you?
if you believe that the surface of the water is horizontal, that's different to my belief, so I have to have a name for it. And I'll call you a Bev Earth or whatever, I don't care. It'll just be a name.
Okay. Well, can you just say that I'm one of the people that believes a level is horizontal? Let's just keep it to that. Simplify
I
it.
don't know what that means. It seems like a word trick. I don't know what you want me to say.
Just because you don't understand what level is. Dawn.
Level's got loads of meanings. We already went over this like a year ago.
Well, you went over it, but like when in practical use, level and
Me and you
horizontal
spoke about
are
level having multiple definitions loads of
identical.
times.
I know, but you're on the camp that have multiple definitions for everything. You can just change the definition of whatever you want, whenever you want.
Some things have a few definitions, yeah.
Well, level, when I say for practical use, level and horizontal are identical. They are the same thing. That's what I do.
So, got me. I don't believe that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so do you have any proof that level isn't horizontal? Or is it just a belief that you have?
I haven't got proof. No, I've got some evidence, but it's just my belief. I didn't come here to present loads of evidence.
That's okay. So you have a belief, and you think I have a belief, whereas I have a knowledge.
Well, I'll call mine a knowledge then to match you.
Okay. Have you ever used a level?
No, I don't care. I don't build stuff.
So it's not really a knowledge then. Were you just saying that to make?
Yeah, my knowledge is that the surface of the water curves. That's my knowledge.
You're making a redefinition of the word knowledge just for yourself,
No, I'm not.
on the fly.
Knowledge is justified belief, isn't it? I think it's true because of this.
But what
I know
have you
it.
got to justify that belief?
Everything.
You've just
about,
said you've got no
all
experience of
science
it.
about the Earth being curved. Everything.
What?
All of it.
Well,
all
what
the
about
evidence you've ever heard for the globe Earth
Yeah.
is what I use for my knowledge basis.
Okay, what about the tool, every tool called a level that establishes a horizontal plane of reference? What about
I
that?
don't care about the
Does
tool,
that-
the level.
do you
I don't
think
care
that
about
proves a globe to you?
No, it's just for building.
I'm familiar with the bubble, Morty. I also dabble in precision, and if you think you can even approach it with your sad, naked caveman eyeball and a bubble of air, you're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry. You want to experience true level? Do you?
That's in my mind for all to face. Choices will be made.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
You can choose to let your mind be free.
Wow, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Yeah, true level, bitch.
You might think that you're right.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Everybody knows
Oh yeah, it's measurable.
You want to experience true level? Do you? Yeah, true level, bitch.
Oh, it's so. Oh my God. Oh Christ.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
But I love flower fruit.
My name's Ramsey.
Here, just flat.
I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
My name's Ramsey.
Oh, everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
What's his deal?
Shh, Morty. Go to school, Summer. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little. Yeah, true level, bitch.
Like that's the thing. Your vision is already being obfuscated by the spherical cap.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
Parallel lines will intersect.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Level means curved, right?
Yeah, true level, bitch. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little. Well,
You seem to be in charge of what I get to remember.
My name's Ramsey.
Good question.
yeah, true level, bitch.
Water is demonstrably not level.
Straight lines can curve.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
People have measured the surface of water to be curved.
Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. True level, bitch.
What about a canal then?
I'm not interested in canals at all either.
But that's a bigger project than 20 or 30 meters, isn't it?
Just doesn't interest me.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. You came in asking about the test.
No, you asked me how's my life going, so I asked you how's your life going. You asked me about music and drones. That's my hobbies. I asked you about measuring horizontal. That's your hobby.
You don't measure horizontal, do you? Again, you've got
you
a really
test
bad
for it.
misunderstanding of it. Don't
You test for it.
No, you don't test for you establish a horizontal, don't you?
Right.
Yeah, it's just like how do you establish
That's
that
your hobby,
horizontal?
right? Establishing horizontals. So
How-
I was just asking
how-
you, is it still going good?
How do you imagine that you would establish a horizontal? It can't
establish a
on
horizontal
your in your world. You can't have it. You can't use a level
Yeah,
to
I can
establish a
use
horizontal, can you?
A laser to establish a horizontal.
A laser level.
A laser level, yeah.
Okay. So it's the level part of it that establishes the horizontal, right? Not
The,
because
the laser's just to help you with the tool, like a modern day version.
Yeah, you can just wave the laser around anywhere. It doesn't make it horizontal, does it?
No, but the whole tool together it does.
Yeah, a level. That's why you call it a
laser level.
A laser level. Yeah, it's the level
So
part.
I'd use
of it.
that, but I don't care about establishing one, so I don't use one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, our testing's going good, but Dawn, really good. We've been out to the beach doing a load of optical stuff with the auto level, and we've got all of the equipment ready for the water level. For the straight line test, sorry. Straight line test.
Have you converted any globe earthers? Your way
Converted
of
to
thinking.
what?
Your way of thinking about the water surface.
I don't know whether you can convert anybody into a process of thought.
Just say no if you haven't.
I don't know. I don't know how you convert other people's thoughts.
Yeah, maybe some of them have watched your videos and converted themselves, but you don't know about it.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue for that. I can't imagine they would come out vocally and say, "Hey, Bev, yeah, I agree that level is horizontal."
Bev thought a water level gave him horizontal, but you didn't pick him up on it.
But we did.
I think that now this is a level, not a water level.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, is it?
A water level does establish a horizontal.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine they'd come out vocally.
No,
I wondered if you have, because I guess my point is, if you haven't, you already know. Why are you still doing the test?
Well, actually, it's strange you say that because McToons has said that level is horizontal, and Ruhif has said that level.
I agree, level's horizontal.
And, George Nutsack has said that level
I hate
is horizontal.
McToon. He's a Christian homeschooler.
The Earth is flat.
Jesse Kozlowski.
I did not say
that
that the level is not
McToon
horizontal.
ever says
that
ever
guy
is
from
lie.
Maine.
You're a
has got,
universal
McToon
horizontal
has got all of your
waterer.
evidence for all of your curvature
Terrible
stuff.
lie. I don't trust him on anything.
Yeah, but that's the only source you've got.
He says 5G is safe.
That would
We
be
can't
horizontal.
trust him, Ben.
That would be
Yeah, I
the
haven't got a
line
clue
defined or the
any of
plane defined as horizontal.
I do know that he tracks people's IP addresses.
And then I got an email the next day or 2 days later from Jack, who made a comment off of my website, which included his IP address, which placed him in Sheffield. So Jack from Sheffield emailed me saying that he would have maimed me. So...
Ooh. Do you know, I think doxing is the lowest of the low.
So he's not safe. I mean, I wouldn't go
He
to his
teaches his
website.
kids Christianity from books at home instead of sending them to school where they'd learn loads of stuff.
I don't know anything about him or his children.
Anyway, he can't be trusted.
Yeah. So we can count out anything that comes from McToons for any sort of evidence. Okay, then.
Definitely.
What about the guy from Maine then, Jeff?
I am representing the profession of surveying at the moment as an individual.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not liking any of these shows.
Or Jesse Kozlowski?
No.
No. So where do you get your evidence that says that level isn't horizontal? Or, is it just it's just a belief, right? You've seen a shape somewhere in a picture, and that's dictating...
One of the evidences is sunset every night. So because I can't think of a better explanation for why that sun goes down over the horizon, behind the horizon, the rotating spherical Earth is the best explanation for that, and that implies curved water surface and sea level being curved.
Okay, so because you can't explain the sun setting, you presume you are falling backwards.
I am explaining the sun setting by believing in the explanation that Earth is rotating backwards.
You're rotating backwards, yet that water is always underneath you. It's always dropping away from you, even though you're tilting backwards.
Oh,
the
God,
water when you see it at the beach.
I'm not gonna get into that humpy stuff. It's ridiculous.
Can I step in, or is this a one-on-one?
Yeah, definitely.
Dawn, I'd like to ask you something. You just said you believe, right, that you're falling backwards at a certain speed.
Not
and
falling.
Well,
Standing
rotating
on Earth slowly as it slowly rotates.
Tilting backwards.
We can argue about the minor things all you want later.
Yeah, well, Bev said it weirdly. He said I'm falling backwards.
Tilting then, okay. You're slowly tilting
so
backwards.
you believe what you believe, Dawn, and that's what's
just
making
correcting the word.
Okay, we heard you. You believe what you believe, and that's why the sun is setting. Do you teach that to your kids?
They get taught it at school.
Okay, so your kids are being taught your beliefs.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to teach.
But yet you said someone else shouldn't be teaching their kids their beliefs. It's weird, man.
No, I didn't. You can teach your kids whatever you want. I'm a free man.
You said you don't trust him because he teaches his kids from books his beliefs.
That's it. I can't trust him on science because he's very
you didn't say
very religious. But I don't
you didn't
care.
say you have
he wants
scientific
to teach his kids that. I don't mind.
Okay. You didn't say you have scientific proof that the sun is setting for this reason. You said it was a belief of yours.
Other people have scientific evidence.
So you believe them.
Yeah.
You have faith. You have faith in those other people.
Yeah.
And that's what makes your belief.
That's how we form big beliefs, by trusting smart people.
maybe that's how McToon formed his belief in Christianity by trusting.
Because his wife's Christian and he couldn't stop her, so she was.
So
like,
is your wife a Glober?
No, yeah, I mean she is. Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah, so you just believed her and went with it.
Oh no, I chose to believe in the globe.
It doesn't seem like you're any different than McToon to me.
Well, I'm not
in his beliefs.
I don't
where he
homeschool.
puts his but you believe in the globe model. You have faith in other men that told you that that's true. You believe that it's true. That's the same thing McToon does about.
I have better reasoning than him.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Like what?
Because I look into it and really discern who to trust, whereas he just blindly trusts consensus science.
How do you know that? You don't think he's looked into the Bible or what it says?
I spoke to him.
So he said he just blindly believes. He don't ever look into it or study it? I don't believe that.
He's a shill stuff. But he will tell you COVID is real and you should take the vaccine. We can't trust people like that.
But we can trust you about the globe.
When you just said we can't trust people. You put us in a group that you're in now.
Yeah, I'm trying to say I don't think you should trust people.
You're quite heavily grouping people here. You're quite good at that, Don.
Yeah, we as people shouldn't trust people that aren't
the people that you don't like,
narrative.
the people that you choose that you don't trust, that you think everybody else should be like you.
Oh no, I just came here to talk about my truths about Earth and a little discussion, that's all.
Okay. Well, we don't really have Earth discussions here. That last one was about the moon. That's not Earth, is it?
Okay.
It's your model, though. Is that what you wanted to come and talk about? Your model?
What I wanted to do is challenge your beliefs.
I don't have any beliefs. What belief would you like to challenge?
If not you, someone else.
Beliefs of what, though? Why do you want to challenge people's beliefs?
Don't you believe that this... I want to challenge your knowledge.
Isn't that...
Your knowledge.
Oh, right,
I want to challenge your knowledge, Bev. Your knowledge...
You don't challenge people's knowledge.
You do, of course you do.
No. I have knowledge that I've just screwed that screw in, right? Or something like that, right? I've done it. It's experience. I've done that. So you can't challenge that.
I could say, maybe you're wrong. Maybe you should think about this. And that's challenging your knowledge, isn't it?
What, like if I say, I've just driven the car.
If you say, I know the surface of water is horizontal, I'll say, I don't think it is. I think you should reconsider. And that's me challenging your knowledge.
Okay. So if I was to say, I know a water level tool is a tool to establish a horizontal plane of reference, you would want to challenge that.
Oh, I agree on that.
Oh, right. That's
just a tool.
Yeah. So the tool, the water level, establishes a horizontal plane of reference.
Yeah.
But not the water. Like,
no,
so
the
let's
water
say
does its own thing. It's natural, isn't it?
Okay, so if we have a canal and then we put a water level next to it, are they both the same?
No, I think the water level will diverge.
The water level of the canal will diverge.
No, the water level tool.
The water level from the tool will diverge from
the surface of the canal.
From horizontal.
From the curved surface of the canal, the horizontal that you've established will divert from it.
It will be at the horizontal water level being horizontal will be horizontal, which
I've
you
just
think will be
you shouldn't
different.
Bother with extra semantics because I just explained.
No, I'm getting to clarify. You said it diverges.
Oh, I just clarified.
So the water level, the tool, is different than the water level, the canal.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think we can use a water level tool to measure the drop of the water level at the side of the canal?
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, that's exactly what our test's going to do, right?
Haven't you done it already?
The testing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've already done it.
The testing, yeah. All the testing's done.
You don't need to do it again?
Don't need to do what again? We can do it loads of. Isn't that what you do? You repeat so other people can see it.
Well, Well, that's what I was saying earlier. If you haven't converted anyone yet,
There's nobody to
keep
convert.
repeating, hoping you do.
No, it's not to convert people.
What's it for?
It's so we can give the knowledge of everybody here.
So that they understand your knowledge and they're converted.
Then they have the knowledge themselves, yeah. They have their own knowledge.
That's converting. That's what I mean by converting.
It's not, no, that's not converting. It's just showing.
Making them understand your knowledge.
Showing.
Instead of their knowledge. That's
showing.
What I mean. That's what I mean by converting.
Showing them, yeah.
And if you haven't managed to do that yet, I wish you luck in doing it in the future.
Okay.
Do you have the ability to think for yourself?
To a point, yeah, of course.
That's what we're talking about here. The ability for you to take what's been given to you, mostly bullshit, right? Big Bang, black holes, dark energy, and able to discern these facts for yourself. Nobody's trying to push anything on you.
I did that, and I came to a different conclusion than you guys. I came to challenge you guys.
So you rationally thought about the model that was presented to you.
Of course I did, yeah.
You're on a spinning ball, 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, flying through space at 1.5 million miles an hour, and you understand and you support this theory.
Yes, mostly.
Which part don't you support?
I don't know about the exact speeds of the whole solar system going through space.
Well, that's the speed, brother. That's the speed they give you.
About 1,000 miles rotation against space.
Right. That's the speed they give you. Don't you think if you were on the equator that you'd be able to feel something like that?
No, because it's just space, isn't it?
Right. Don't you think you'd be able to feel 1.5?
You're not rushing past things. You're rushing past nothing. So all you're going to feel is the normal wind of Earth.
Nothing. Obviously, you don't know your model very well. You think there's nothing out there?
Yeah, almost nothing, yeah. Nothing to rush against.
Do you see how you're not using your rational thought here?
No. What do you think this stuff is? What do you think's in space? Rush against.
I have no clue. I'm talking to you about your model. Your model. They tell us there's listen, hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
They tell us there's asteroids out there. There's all kinds of gases, rocks. Do you think by chance...
You'd definitely feel an asteroid if it came close by. If it's just nothingness of space, no, I don't think you'd feel it.
What's the fastest you've ever went in your life?
See, this is it's a matter of scale, because when you're going fast next to nothing, you don't know you're going fast.
But there's no such thing as nothing.
Is that your belief?
You see, that's the magic trick. They have convinced you that you're surrounded by nothing. But then at the same time, hold on. Then at the same time, they tell you space is full of stuff. So which one is it?
What do you think's in space if it's not nothing?
I don't think about stuff. I don't make shit up. I'm telling you what.
Got no idea.
Yeah, the honest answer is I have no idea. Yes, sir.
I have an idea that nothing means nothing. That's my idea. So space is empty except for the few things that are in it. So
but
when you move through it really fast, you don't feel any movement because there's no wind or moisture or anything to see rushing past. So you don't
see what you're doing here. You're taking the model. You know it makes no sense, and you're working it out in your brain instead of. Hold on, please. I don't want to insult you. Instead of rationally thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, you're making excuses for it.
Yes, I am apologizing. I'm a globe apologetics.
Yeah, bro. You got to realize that. You've been sold a bag of goods.
I came to challenge you on your beliefs based on mine.
I don't have beliefs. I don't have beliefs, for real.
If not you, someone else.
Okay, but just understand.
Knowledge. I came to challenge you on your knowledge.
Like what? Name a subject.
Do you believe Earth isn't a globe?
Not beliefs. Knowledge.
Do you know Earth
we don't do beliefs, bro. We don't do beliefs.
What do you think about Earth's shape in 3D?
I have no clue what Earth's
Hey,
shape
so
is.
if you don't know anything about it, we haven't really got anything to discuss.
Neither do you, Don.
Yeah,
That's
I believe
the
I do.
problem.
I
You
believe
don't
I do.
realize you've been given a model, bro, from youth.
I know it's a model.
From kindergarten, they placed a
talking
globe
about
on your
parts
desk,
that are
brother.
real, I think are real in the model.
You live in fantasy, sir. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Doesn't mean anything to me. I
You
believe it's true.
You didn't just come back for us, though, did you, Dawn? Or did you come back for us?
Yeah, I've been enjoying debating and trolling people on Discord, and I saw Brandon and Stacey and Gems on YouTube, and I thought, oh, maybe I should go to Brandon's, and then someone shared this in Brandon's, so I ended up here.
Oh, nice.
So you came to bail out your buddy, F.E. Slayer, the guy that took off.
F.E. Slayer, I don't care about him. I was trolling him.
You're not going back to Gems?
No, I went in a few times to troll them and expose them.
Yeah, we've not been back there for fucking ages.
Lone Wolf.
Loads of us. Some of us are still in there, but most of us can't be bothered going back to Gems.
So, SE Montreal, tell me something that you know. Do you know anything?
Like what?
No, I'm asking. Anything. Tell me anything that you know. Something.
I know I'm walking right now. Just walking.
Okay,
it feels good.
Double think, clouds your mind. If you walk that road, you'll be left behind, like swaying branches in the air, lost in confusion, filled with despair. Arguments and fallacies taken from the book of lies and deceit. There are those who will never see the gift of Logos that was given to me. And I know how water flows, and I know what level shows it. You'll be wasting your time and mine, trying to change what's been defined. I know what I know. I know what I know. You don't know what you don't know. Blackpool paradox. You think it's measuring, but it's not. It's optical phenomenon. All you fools think you know what's beyond. I know how water flows, and I know what level shows it. You'll be wasting your time and mine, trying to change what's been defined. I know how water flows, and I know what level shows it. You'll be wasting your time and mine, trying to change what's been defined.
horizon means the line where the sky meets the earth. Yeah, that's the definition I'm going by.
All
And I'm saying-
horizontals are
No, let me
parallel to the
finish, let me
plane of the
finish.
horizon.
Let me finish. You can't just spout your logic at me. I'm still talking. But you don't know the main shape of what you're walking on in 3D. The full shape.
You want me to tell you what I know? You want me to tell you what I know? This is
Yeah.
what I know for sure, 100%. They have no clue about the Big Bang. They have no clue about dark matter, dark energy. This I'm certain of.
I agree.
That's what I know.
I agree on them 3 things.
So there you go, bro. The whole fantasy is gone after that. That's the whole fantasy. That's the game.
That's the creation myth, and a big part of gravity that they don't understand.
Exactly. So it all falls apart, bro. All I'm telling you is use your rational
It
thought.
just means they haven't demonstrated or proved it, doesn't it?
No, it means everything else that they tell you about
I know what you're
gravity
saying,
is
yeah.
wrong.
If those main bits are wrong, other stuff's going to be wrong. Yeah, I agree.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
This doesn't debunk the solar system or the globe Earth just because Big Bang. Just because me and you believe they lied about Big Bang, that doesn't debunk the shape of the Earth.
So you agree that they lied about that?
Yeah, they pretended they knew more than they did.
Well, what proves the shape of the Earth then, Dawn? Would that be better?
If you mean colloquially proved.
No, I mean, like you say, it's been proved to be a sphere, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Right, well, what is your best knowledge? That'd be all right.
You can say proofsies, but obviously it's not scientific proof. It's just what I use to decide
There's
I'm right.
wait a minute. Scientific proof. Is there a scientific proof?
No, there isn't. That's what I was pointing out.
So then the proofs are obviously, as you know, within mathematics.
Yeah.
Actual proofs. In geometry.
When you said
geometry is the study of line and form and shape, right?
You asked me what,
and
my
you're
best
after a
proof
shape.
is.
So you
meant
can
evidence.
have proof, right? You can have geometrical
evidence.
proof of a shape.
Depends. If that person that measured it, that team, is decided to be very truthful and you've redone it, yeah, you can call that a proof.
But you've just give up all of the people that we've just said that you get your proof from, right? As being shills
I gave
and no
up
good.
The shills that you're obsessed with.
No, it's not. That's the only people that have
but it's
ever
not.
said they have measured anything.
All that they
And
are,
as
is
you know,
the
they're all
second
liars.
round of Freemason shills defending their cosmology.
So where
They
do
mean
you
nothing.
get your
They mean
measurements
absolutely
from?
nothing.
Nobody else has ever give us any. Dawn.
Didn't get measurements. The measurements that I believe in are just consensus measurements that Newton and fucking old people did.
So
ages ago.
there's no proof then.
Not scientific proof. No,
Not scientific, no. Geometric proof.
I don't know. There might be. I don't consider it proof.
Oh, okay. Well, would you consider if we were to do a test and use geometry and use geometrical principles for the proofs to prove a straight line? Would you consider that as a proof?
Yeah, if it didn't divert from the surface of the water at all over a massive long distance, say 3 miles, 4 miles, I'll give you that's a proof that the canal is horizontal.
Brilliant. McToon said the same thing.
Yeah, because we know that's a real test, but you haven't done it yet.
Bev thought a water level gave him horizontal, but you didn't pick him up on it.
Well, we did.
I think that now this is a level, not a water level.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, is it?
A water level does establish a horizontal for 1 point. Right, so I'll cover what a water level is. Imagine you have a tube and it's connected, right? So imagine these two pens are connected and you put water in them, right? And the top is open so like the water can flow up and down. What'll happen is they'll level out and they'll stop moving and they'll sit there like this. And when you sight across the top of them, that establishes a horizontal for the position that's right in the middle of them, right? Not for this position and not for this position, just for the middle of those two positions. Now, if the Earth is flat, that horizontal will be the same everywhere, right? So you could go a mile away and establish and use the same tool to measure a horizontal at the point that's between them, and so then you have two horizontals, and then you could test to see if those two planes are parallel to each other. If the Earth is spherical, then those two planes of horizontalness for that point will diverge from each other, and that's what he needs to test. He needs to test to see if horizontal at two different places are the same. So, and I told him that, but he missed it. He doesn't like it. He just wants it to be different. So,
queuing up nicely though, that far as Don. So that's you and McToons that have said that if we can prove a straight line geometrically, then that would prove that the water
a straight line
is...
that doesn't divert from the surface of the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's the important bit, not diverting from the surface of the water.
Yeah, if we use the surface of the water in the test, I mean, that...
You can use it to establish a horizontal, and then you follow that horizontal all the way down the canal and see if it diverts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Surface of the water. It's a little bit more technical, our one, right? We use the drop numbers that have been given to us. I know, by shills, but they've used the geometry of all of the numbers that you say that you guys have come to a consensus of. They're the numbers that we've been given by your guys. I mean, I know you won't do any, will you? You won't do any calculations.
My guys, this is the consensus of ancient astronomers.
That's what I mean by no. You don't. You don't astronomize the curvature of the water level.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
Here's another one that I've been doing. You know, you've heard of the curvature calculator, right? There's a few of them, a few different ones. Metabunk, Walter Bislin. They're not shills, or are they shills? Would the mathematics and the geometry be okay?
I don't see them doing loads of YouTube videos, so I think they were trying to help a bit, but also shilling a bit.
Okay, right. So, well, McToons uses them all as well. But those curvature calculators, what would you say they are? What do they calculate? What is it that they do?
From my base low-level experience in the curve calculators, they help you determine an arbitrary drop based on a spiral that only works a few miles out from where you are.
But that drop, right, is calculated, and I say, right, I say level is horizontal. Would you agree that the curvature calculator actually calculates the amount of curvature within the level?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Because that would be that bit that drops away, right? I
think the curve calculator must use math with a straight line and then the model of Earth to show you what the globers think the drop's going to be.
Well, that would be a drop calculator, surely. It wouldn't be a curve calculator, would it?
Yeah, there's some nuance around it. I'm not the best at understanding it.
We give this one to Jin a bit earlier as well. What's your definition of a curve then? If you were to have a curve calculator,
I don't know about definition.
Do you think it can be? Do you think a curve can be expressed as a number?
Curve is a continuously non-straight line. I don't know the definition.
Right. Well, let's say you go through the curve calculator and you get a number at the end, and it says what, 8 foot. Is that curve? That 8 foot, is that how you express curve?
8 foot drop was the original calculators that I made.
Right, would that be a curve though, 8 foot drop?
8 foot is the drop between your established horizontal and the actual surface of the water.
Well, that would be the height that you are above the water, right?
No, it's out. It does drop going outwards, doesn't it, from you? So you put distance in and it tells you different drops for the different distances.
So it should be a slope then, right? a rise
curved
over run
slope.
type thing.
Curved slope.
No, you can't have it. Like you say, you can't have a distance being a curve. How would you express a curve then? You know, how would you define a curve?
The surface of the water is assumed to be a curve, so the curve calculator tells you what the assumed drop is going to be at a distance away from you.
Like a vertical drop from the horizontal, measured.
If you imagine yourself flying out in a horizontal established line above the ocean will slowly curve away from you underneath your feet.
Yeah,
and you'll be standing 8 foot above the water in the air, hypothetically.
I've heard
meaning
a
8 foot
load
drop.
of people saying that. That's fantastic, that, Don.
It's just a concept. They
Yeah,
made
it's a
it
concept. It's
so that
definitely
you lot
concept.
can
Ridiculous.
discuss nuance on photographs. That's why they
No,
made it.
it was made because so people can imagine that they can put some numbers into a curve calculator and curve the amount of curvature in that horizontal that you're going to establish. It's just what you imagine the curvature of that horizontal to be, right?
If you use the curve calculator with your P900 footage, sometimes it will match the globe model.
Sorry?
If you take P900 footage,
a picture,
and then get the actual distances of the stuff in your footage, like a map, go on Google Maps, do all this stuff that Ranty and Riley and Nathan did years ago.
Right.
If you do all that, sometimes the curve calculator will match the globe model.
Right, so do you mean you could put a ruler on your picture and measure 8 foot, and
Not
then
a
the
ruler on the
calculator
picture.
would come and give you 8 foot as well?
You can see a lighthouse in your picture, look on the map for where you were standing, look on the map for where the lighthouse is, measure the distance, put that into the curve calculator, and get a drop. And then you can look at stuff to see if that drop makes sense to reality or not.
Drop from what, though? That's the
Drop
thing.
from you, hypothetically standing
You can't assume
along
that
the horizontal
water
line
drops
above the
away
ocean.
from you. Or do you?
What you're doing, Bev, is you're misunderstanding the curve calculator on purpose.
No, I'm just trying to clarify it,
I got
what
you on
your
it. I got you
understanding
on
of it is. So you say it calculates the drop of the water in the distance?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
At any distance, it gives you a rough estimation based on the globe model of the drop of the water.
Yeah, the drop of the water. Like, that's how water flows, though, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, it is how water flows, though.
How does water flow?
It flows downhill.
Yep, I agree.
So it can't drop.
Oh, this
away
isn't
from
a
you
hill. This isn't
and
a
stay
hill.
level,
This isn't
can
a
it?
hill. This
But
is
you
an
did
ocean.
you did
being
just say
shaped
drop.
by gravity.
You did
It's not a
just
hill.
say drop. Though.
No hill
Right.
involved.
Right. But drop. You still mentioned drop, which is a
no hill, just drop.
downward vertical distance.
Yeah. Gravity holds it in this shape. That's my belief.
But that's down. That's how water flows.
No,
in
no,
a
it's not hill.
downwards
It's not
to the
down. It's
vertical
not down.
direction.
It's not down.
Drop is down, as far as I know. We're not redefining drop, are we?
If you're hypothetically above that spot, the drop that it's measuring is down from your feet, but you're not. You're back on the beach.
Yeah, so it's not drop then.
Yeah, we call it drop.
Okay.
But what it
You're
means
just
is
redefining
below
drop.
your horizontal.
You're redefining drop to mean level.
I don't know if I am.
No, because drop to me is like I say, in a downwards vertical direction.
Yeah, that's not what they mean by drop on the calculator. They don't mean a hill. They don't mean elevation.
Well, they mean
you know
a
what a
hump.
sphere is?
They don't mean elevation. They mean a distance measured from your horizontal downwards to the water.
Arc, sphere, ball, hill, downward drop from any given point. You sure you know what you believe, man?
I think you cut out. I just heard random words popping in.
It is drop, and you're not going to redefine drop, but you
what do you
want
think
to
drop
redefine
means?
drop, don't you?
What do you think drop means?
That means downwards in the vertical direction.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Now that is exactly how water flows.
Yes, I agree on that now.
Okay.
You've said it like that, I agree.
So the water can't drop without flowing.
No, the water's not dropping. The water stays where it is. It's a distance from your hypothetical feet on the horizontal to the water's surface.
But your height above the water's surface is your height above the water's surface. That can be measured at your feet.
You're not actually there. You're on the beach, though. It's just hypothetical.
You can have the water lapping up at your toes, right?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. Now, out away from you, if you were to set up a horizontal, what does the water do from where you are stood?
It curves down away from you.
Down
Away from you, yeah.
Right. And that's how water flows, in the downwards direction.
Yes. But when I say down away from you, I'm not talking about elevation to the surface. I'm talking about the arbitrary horizontal that's established from your feet outwards into space.
Okay. But the water, right? You're still talking about the water. It deviating from that horizontal. Now, is that because Jesse Kozlowski said it?
The level surface drops down from the horizontal plane at a rate of 8 inches times the distance in miles squared.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Jesse Kozlowski is?
I've heard his name, but I really don't care who it is.
No.
Not my master. Definitely not.
No. But that's, like I say, that is what he said.
I don't care what he says.
The water
literally don't care.
level. Well, just so you can confirm, right? Because he said it quite succinctly.
No,
right?
I don't care. You must be obsessed with him. I'm not.
Well, can I get you? Do you want me to hear what he said, and then you can just go, "Yeah, that's it," or "No, that's not what I said. That guy is definitely a shill."
The level surface drops down from the horizontal plane at a rate of 8 inches times the distance in miles squared.
Jesse Kozlowski is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to prove his globe. Jesse Kozlowski is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to prove his globe, and you got obsessed with his evidence. Jesse Kozlowski is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to prove his globe.
No, I didn't. That's not how it went.
Why are you talking about him to me then?
Because I'm asking you to confirm. You said the same thing as him.
I don't even know who it is.
The water level drops from the horizontal.
Yes.
Yeah, at a rate of 8 inches times the distance in miles squared.
The level surface drops down from the horizontal plane at a rate of 8 inches times the distance in miles squared.
8 inches per mile squared, roughly. Jesse Kozlowski is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to prove his globe. Not forever, though, because if you follow that, it's
still
a spiral.
drops, though. Drops away from the horizontal in the downwards direction. That's
there's no
from
better word
in
than
the
dropping
vertical.
away, really. Curving away from you. That's that.
Blues sort of developed a new term that's been coming around, a slope. I don't know whether you want to take that up or not.
Is that slope?
For the water, it is. Yeah, definitely.
New term.
Yeah, I know Sean Hawkins had slope Earth as well, but Blues bringing it back.
They're all idiots, and you're obsessed with them.
I'm not obsessed with them. I just like to mention that all of these people that say the same things as you don't.
You're constantly citing people you disagree with.
But no, they say the same thing as you. I'm just pointing out that you say similar things to these people that you don't like.
Naming random people that agree with me, it doesn't help.
I thought you liked being in a group of people.
No, I definitely don't.
Okay. You like being a loner.
Yes, I'm a lone wolf. That's why I came here on my own. To you. Jesse Kozlowski is just a weirdo nerd photographer that wanted to prove his globe.
That's good. But I'm glad you think that the water level drops away from the horizontal, because that.
What do you think? How would you describe the water level if you're standing at the shore, what is the water level doing?
The tide, the water.
But how do you describe the shape of the water?
The level is going up and down. I mean, that's what the tide does.
Yeah,
the
but
tide
if you
shows
measured it
you
on average,
that the level
what would
of
it be?
the water. Well, like at Newby, down at Newlyn.
Is it a straight horizontal line going
Down
out
at
from your feet?
Down at Newlyn, right?
You're-
down
you're-
south,
you're-
Dawn.
You're avoiding
Hey,
the question.
No, I'm going to explain to
You
you.
are. You want me to
Exactly.
repeat the question for
I'm
you?
going to do exactly what we do in this country. You live in the UK, don't you?
I'm just going to let you answer a different question.
Go on, ask the question again.
Okay, the question is, if you're standing at the shore, what's the water level doing? Is it a straight horizontal line out from your feet?
It's a tide. No.
Oh dear, Bev, you've avoided it twice now.
Okay, Dawn, I will explain to you fully. Down
When
at
you asked
Newlyn,
me, I
down
said simply
south,
it curves
Dawn,
away downwards.
down
I told
down
you.
south in Newlyn, we have what is
We're
called.
not doing it in Newlyn. We're doing it in Hawaii. You're on the beach in Hawaii, looking out.
No, I'm doing it in the UK
What
because
shape
that's
is the
what I
water
know.
level?
They took a mean sea level over 5 years and averaged it out. That's what we have, a mean sea level.
Oh dear, you've completely avoided my question after me being totally honest and answering yours.
I'm trying to get there,
Oh
right?
dear.
Dawn, trying to get there. So
No,
the
all you have to do
mean
is say,
sea level
I believe
establishes
I know it's
a mean.
horizontal straight from my feet. That's what I want you to say.
What's horizontal straight from your
water
feet?
level.
It can't be. It's a
not?
tide. It's at the sea.
Okay,
Dawn.
so you're
You
saying-
don't understand
You're telling
level.
me
I'm trying to
the
tell you.
ocean surface is wibbly wobbly. Is that what you're telling me?
It absolutely
Right.
is. You've seen tides and
I'll
waves,
leave it there.
haven't you?
Bloody hell. Wibbly wobbly ocean earth. I believe.
Yeah, just a reality, Dawn. I'm trying to get to explain to you
let me
what
blow
a
your
mean
mind now.
sea level
Let me
is.
blow your mind. Let me blow your mind.
Because you don't
You're
seem
standing
to
at the edge of a
understand what
canal.
level is.
You're standing at the edge of a canal. What is the water level doing there? No tides.
A static body in a canal, the water level is equal, isn't it? It's even.
Do you mean it's horizontal?
Yes,
straight
it
line
is.
from
It's
your
a
feet?
water
Okay, there we go.
level. Yes, Dawn.
That's what I wanted from you.
Right, so do you imagine that you can set a horizontal and that canal water drops away from you?
Yes. Yes.
Right. From wherever you are?
From the horizontal established, yeah.
From wherever you are.
Yeah. Obviously, you have to be somewhere to establish a horizontal.
Well, you do, because if you're at one end of the canal, the other end drops away from you. But then, if you go to
believe
the other end of the canal, the other end drops away from you, doesn't it? On your
Yes,
model.
That's true. That's
So
true.
you've got two drops, haven't you?
Yes.
Right. And so
One curve.
if you walk from one end of the canal, you drop down as you're walking, and then if you walk back again along the same bit of canal, you drop down a bit more.
You see, we don't actually mean drop down in elevation.
We
like
call
you're
it
trying to
infinite
say.
drop.
We
Well, that's what
mean
drop
curve
means.
Away,
No,
curve
drop
down.
means in the vertical direction, doesn't it, Dawn? It does even to
Okay.
you.
I think you got me. Or maybe I won't use the word drop. I only use it because they do.
Okay.
I'll use the word curving away from you.
Yeah, in the vertical away from the horizontal.
Curving away from the horizontal.
Yeah. Right, which is
Obviously
like
not
a
upwards.
reference
Like
to
it's
the
not- I'm
the
obviously I'm not
horizontal
concave
that
earth, so
it
I
is
mean
moving away
downwards.
from, has a perpendicular called vertical, and in a vertical direction away from the horizontal
Yeah,
is
I
what
guess
we
I'll-
call down.
I'll say it like this.
You
It
can't
curves away from you
redefine it in
convex-
this one,
It
Dawn.
curves away from you convexly. I won't say drop or down because you'll get confused on purpose again.
It is
what it
down though.
does-
We've just explained. Is it
You know
against
that
the
it's
vertical
horizontal,
direction?
and I know that it curves away from you convexly. So we've got different knowledges.
How do you
of
know
that
that,
water.
Dawn? Well, you've said you've had no practical experience with it. So how do
No,
you
I get
know
my
it?
knowledge from a wide variety of other people's
Who?
beliefs
Who?
and measurements.
Who, Dawn? You're a lone wolf.
It's all
Who
the
is it
people.
that you trust?
The Freemasons. Newton.
Newton.
All the people that decided the surface of the water curves. They're the ones I believe.
You think Newton decided that the surface of the water curved away?
Oh, he helped with the globe Earth and gravity and all of that. It all
You
comes
think?
together.
Newton? Wait, what geometry did he...
Helped with gravity.
What? Sorry, what geometry did Newton use?
I've no idea. Probably all geometries.
All right. Even the ones that hadn't been invented.
All available geometries. I'm sure he was into that stuff.
Yeah. And which geometries do you suppose they were? The ones that...
Oh, I don't care.
Showed that straight lines
I don't care
curve.
for naming different types of
The ones that got rid of the parallel postulate that isn't even a parallel
I
postulate.
don't know what that is.
I know you don't.
It is probably the single most important mathematical idea of all. The notion of proof by circle and line or ruler and compass construction means that geometry can be known about in a way that is different from knowing about physical things, and so makes geometry epistemically differentiated. Furthermore, starting from circles and lines alone and constructing a relationship using circles and lines alone makes the conclusions certain in a way that nothing else was at the time. In geometric reasoning, the argument and the conclusions were made supremely clear and evident to the senses. Indeed, the concept of proof, a mechanism that gave a warrant for claiming geometry to be perfectly and absolutely true, made geometry the very paradigm of what we mean true and certain knowledge to be. In effect, in our understanding of nature, true means true, like geometry is true.
Come go with me. Open your mind. Was all I ever knew. Finding the knowledge of the real world starts with the point of which has no parts. These are the axioms of life.
True.
And I'll take my chances with the old ways, finding the proofs in geometry.
Perfect.
And I don't care what all the sophists say. I'll find the proofs in reality. 'Cause they were right.
We call this proof.
We know that they were right.
True. We call this proof. Like geometry is true.
Starting with circles and lines alone, constructing the nature of what's known.
We call this proof.
Conclusions are clear and the evidence seen. This 3D space works perfectly. And I'll take my chances with the old ways, finding the proofs in geometry. And I don't care what all the sophists say. I'll find the proofs in reality.
Like geometry is true. Perfect. Absolutely.
When all around you is sinking sand, you have a place on which to stand. Foundations were already built for you.
Absolutely true.
Open your mind, and I'll take my chances with the older ways, hearing the words of what the ancients said. They say my words sound like sorcery, but there's wisdom in all honesty.
True.
Come go with me. Open your mind. Come go with me. We'll find the truth.
True.
So you don't really know. You just assume that Newton. You can use the word Newton and presume that helps you
name I brought up
for
for you, the
curvy
guy that
water. I
helped
know.
us
Who else?
understand
The Masons. You said. Oh, sorry.
Freemasons,
The Freemasons.
Newton, all the geographers, all the astronomers, everyone that helped us understand Earth is a globe,
No
and the
name,
ocean's
though.
curve,
Just-
and gravity.
you
All of
just
those people
stay
is what
free.
helped me with my knowledge of water curving.
dropping away from you, but not flowing.
Well, I'm not going to say dropping. I'm going to say curving away convexly.
Static water.
I don't know what that
dropping away. Static, it means there's no movement to it. It's a body
Canal water,
at rest.
I believe, curves away from you convexly from the horizontal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you also believe that there are proofs within geometry and you can prove a straight line. So, you must be able to prove a curve if you can prove a straight line.
Prove a straight line, prove a curve. You can measure it and say that's almost straight. You can say that's curved.
How do you measure something and say it's straight? How would you do that, Don?
I can't even think about that now. How would you use a ruler?
I don't know. How would you prove a straight line or prove a curve?
I'd use my eyes.
Just look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So just looking at something is enough for you to be able to prove it's a straight line. What about if you were to look at a straight line?
I'm looking at a program now on my other monitor, and I can see the lines are straight just by looking. I don't need to put a ruler.
Right. How would you prove that the ruler's straight?
I don't care about proving. I mean, it's just, who cares?
Well, I mean, if you're after proof, then the people that are after the proof that care.
Not after proof.
It's just a question. I mean, straight line. How do you think you would prove it? And you said you're not.
I told you with my eyes and a ruler.
But how would you prove that the ruler was straight?
I wouldn't. I would trust that it is.
What's your definition of straight?
Non-deviating.
Non-deviating from what?
From itself.
Wouldn't that be like a dot? Wouldn't that be non-deviating from itself also?
Non-deviating from its straightness. I don't know.
You can't use straight to define straight.
You tell me then. You're the expert. How do I prove a straight line straight?
How do you prove a straight line straight?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you prove a straight line straight?
I'm asking you. Can you?
No, a straight line's defined, isn't it? It's the shortest distance between two
points. There you go then. So all of those questions were worthless.
Could you prove that it is the shortest distance
you
between
agree
2
with
points?
Me. So all of those questions were worthless.
Could you prove that it is the shortest distance between 2 points? And would that be enough proof to prove a straight line? It all depends on what you require as a proof for yourself. No, it's proof that I'm obsessed with.
You tell me. Or don't bother.
Well, I think if you could prove that something was the shortest distance between 2 points, then that would prove that it is a straight line. Because any other distance would have to be longer.
And how would you do that?
How would you prove a straight line? Or
That's
prove
what I'm asking you. How do you prove?
I've got a really genius method.
Between 2 points. How do you prove
genius method.
Go on then.
No, I couldn't run it through you here at the minute, and we're like I say, we're gearing up. I couldn't possibly give it to you, Don. I'm sure I've already told you. I'm sure I've already told you how to prove curve. I mean, like,
if it's not easy, then I don't care.
Do you? Yeah, and it's not. Well, do you believe that a water could hump?
No, I believe that when you choose 2 people or 2 points on a surface of a sphere, that creates a hump between you and one axis.
Yeah,
that's what I believe.
Yeah, so if you had two points, then the shortest distance between those 2 points would be a straight line.
Through the water or through the ground.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going to get to, right? So for you, that shortest distance would be through the surface, right? Not on the surface.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then, conversely, right? If you were to measure a triangle on top of from mountaintop to mountaintop, then surely you would get more than 180 degrees because it's not on a plane surface, right?
Yes, yeah, I believe that. That's how spheres work, isn't it?
Well, I say you cannot have a triangle with more than 180 degrees. It's like impossible.
It's called a spherical triangle.
But
It's not
you
quite a
can't
triangle.
do
It's a
that. You
different-
still
different
cannot.
form.
It's impossible to have a triangle with more than 180
Well, that's why we call it a
degrees.
spherical triangle.
Because it's not
Not
a
a triangle.
triangle
I
and you
agree.
can't measure the angles.
I agree. They're very hard to measure like that.
Yeah,
But
but
there
if
is
you're
tools
if
to
like
help
if you are on top of a mountain looking at another mountain, then that's not like impossible. That's dead easy to do, and you are measuring an angle from one point to another.
Yeah, there's lots of nuance in this.
And that will
I
be
agree.
180 degrees because it's a triangle. Triangles only have 180 degrees.
Some people have claimed, haven't they, to be on a mountain and done this and got more than 180.
But that's impossible, right?
I tend to believe them.
You tend to believe them.
Yeah.
Oh. And
I
like
think they have enough tools to measure the three angles and add them up, and it comes to more than 180.
have you done any geometry though?
You have a lot of belief.
In school, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, did anyone ever show you that triangles can only have 180 degrees and the reason why?
Yeah. And then they taught me, unless you make them on the surface of a sphere, and we call these spherical triangles. And aren't they fascinating?
Did
Because
they
have
say
more than 180 degrees?
And these aren't
Only
triangles.
3 sides, but it's more than 180 degrees.
Because it
It's
hasn't
like a
got three
fascinating
straight
special.
sides.
Looking out upon the shore, I found balance and so much more. It's getting clearer all the time. All we see are all these dead straight lines, and show me what's in reality. And I won't compromise between the truth and lies. This is where I make my stand. Please don't take me to your la la land. It's all about geometry. All we see is horizontally. Show me what's in reality, and I won't compromise between the truth and lies. Show me what's in reality, and I won't compromise between the truth and lies. Reality is all I see. I don't need your fantasy. I've had enough of sophistry. I'll find my own philosophy. Reality is all I see. I don't need your fantasy. I've had enough of sophistry. I'll find my own philosophy. And you can't bend reality into what you think your cog sees. Something's happening to me. Don't remind me of how things used to be. We don't need no sycophants.
it's not actually got three angles.
Yeah, it's three angles.
No, angle is the inclination of one straight line or plane to another straight line or plane, right?
Oh, yeah, well, I agree. They're not perfectly straight. They're only straight on one axis.
Right, so where do you measure the angle?
Between the mountaintops.
That's in reality, right?
Yeah,
that's not on the surface.
Nuanced. I'm not an expert in it.
Yeah, like obviously.
But you'll agree with me that we can draw a three-sided shape on the surface of a ball.
You can
right?
draw lines on a ball, yes.
Yeah, and that's a three-sided shape still. If we join the lines,
it's on a three-dimensional Euclidean shape, a sphere, a ball.
We call it a three-sided shape, don't we?
No, it's just three lines on a ball. It's
still a shape.
Not a triangle.
It is. Oh no, it's not a triangle. It's a spherical triangle.
Right, it's just lines on a ball.
Yeah, and we call it a spherical triangle as a shape. That's what it's called.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. That's not what happens when
can
you are
pretend
out
they
on
don't
a
exist,
mountain.
but they do exist.
You can draw lines on a ball. I'm not saying you can't. Nobody's saying you can't draw lines
Three
on a
lines
ball.
on a ball can meet in the corners and create a shape.
If you can call that whatever you want. Yeah. Three lines on a ball.
Yeah, it's funny because it's not a real triangle, but it still
It's not a
exists.
triangle because you know what an angle is? As an angle
It's
is
not a triangle.
It's
a
not an
spherical
angle.
Triangle. It's called a spherical triangle.
It's not.
It's a different type of shape.
No, you see, like you've been tricked by words.
You know how a triangle
You
and a
think
square
it's
are
got to
different
do with
shapes?
three
well, a
sides.
triangle and
Well,
a spherical triangle are different shapes.
No, see, it's not the tri bit that makes it a triangle. It's the angle bit that makes it three angles. If you can't have an angle, right, it cannot be a triangle.
It's got three angles. Euclidean angles.
Angles, the division or the inclination of one straight line or plane to another straight line.
Unless they're on a
or
curved
plane.
surface.
And then you can't call it an angle because there's no such thing.
Yes, you can call it an angle. That's why we do.
What tool do they use to measure these angles?
I don't know. You should know this by now.
There's no tool to measure an angle to a curve. Cannot be done. Can only be done between a straight line or a plane.
Oh, you might be right. You might measure. What they might do is measure a normal triangle above Earth and then calculate the actual lines where they should have been. Something like that. I don't know. I told you there's nuance. I don't understand how they do it.
Yeah, I know. I know you don't understand, pretty obviously, but you're willing to just redefine it as though you do understand because you're a lone wolf.
I'm willing to tell you what I understand about it.
Mm-hmm. And that's good.
It's a three-sided
Thank you
shape.
for it.
It's called a spherical triangle. The angles are hard to measure. Right?
Yeah.
We agree on these.
And it doesn't relate anything at all to measuring from mountaintop to mountaintop, does it?
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with what?
The same way we can draw a triangle on a ball, we can attempt to draw a hypothetical triangle on Earth with tools from mountain to mountain.
Yeah, for triangulation purposes.
And for showing it's a ball.
Okay. So when you measure a triangle, like on a map, you live in the UK, Ordnance Survey map, 1 to 50,000 scale, the Land Ranger, normal ones, right? Your area. You make a triangle on there. How many degrees has that got?
Sorry, I got confused.
You've got a map, a Land Ranger map of the UK.
Of course, if you're drawing a triangle on a map, that's 180.
Right, okay. So, because it's geometry, that's definitely going to be...
Curve your map over a ball and then draw it.
It's a map. It's the flat maps. You can't put them on.
Yeah,
ball,
you can. You can get a flat paper map and curve it around a ball.
You can't.
It's called a globe.
You can't. No, a spherical.
They exist. They're
a
called
sphere.
globes.
A sphere has a surface which is called a non-developable surface, and that means you cannot express it on a two-dimensional plane without distortion. So you cannot get a two-dimensional plane.
Wrap it around a ball.
Yeah, it doesn't work. If it doesn't work one way, it doesn't work the way back again.
You're being dishonest with me, Bev.
No. This is. I'm not. This is not dishonesty.
The red flags are going up
is
because you're
proofs
not being honest
within
with me.
geometry, right? We're not talking sciencey stuff here.
I clearly
this is geometric
told you
proofs.
you can put a flat map over a ball, and instead of agreeing, you said no, it's got to
I
stay
said it's
flat.
a non-developable surface. Yeah, you
That
cannot
doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
It does. It means
No,
you
it
don't
doesn't.
understand Gaussian curvature.
A flat map, put it on a ball, and you have a globe. Draw a triangle on it, and that's a spherical triangle, like I said.
Cannot be done. That's an impossible. It's an impossibility done.
I've seen you do it on your video camera. How is it impossible?
I've not. No, I've never put
You
a
have got a
flat
ball
plane
for me before,
on
held it up, and drawn a triangle on it.
I've never
Now
done that.
imagine
I've
doing
got
that
one.
on a globe.
I've got it here. I didn't draw it on
So
there's
why?
a triangle.
How is it impossible
There's
if you
three
actually
bits
did
of
it for me
tape on
live?
it. You're getting really confused, Don. We're talking about putting a flat map, on a spherical surface, and you think it's possible. Well, it's not. It's impossible. Because one of them has an undevelopable surface, the sphere. It's a surface of constant curvature. And that surface cannot be expressed on a two-dimensional plane.
Have you ever tried putting a flat map on a ball?
No, but I've owned a globe before, which is the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, and how would you feel about being given the paper and then told to put it on the globe?
Explain my actual argument to you. Imagine holding a globe and then drawing a triangle on it. Yeah?
Yes, you can imagine.
You
can imagine loads of stuff.
No, it's not just imaginary. You imagine doing it for real because you can do it for real.
Yes, you can get a football.
Hold a globe,
Yeah.
a
Okay,
round
you want to get a
spherical
globe, yeah.
and draw a triangle on it in bright red pen. Yeah? We're there
Yes,
together
that's
now. We're there
that's
together now. We've got a
physically
map
possible.
with a spherical triangle on it together. In real life.
Yeah, you physically got that in your hands, but how did you get the globe in your hands, which is a ball with a flat map on it?
It's
How?
a spherical map.
Okay.
All I'm trying to prove is that you can draw a three-sided shape on a sphere map. Because Bev said you can't.
Yeah, but you're talking. You're like
I know
on
you
this
agree with me.
basic surface. You're just like, yeah, I can do all sorts of things, but it doesn't mean anything.
Well, it means three-sided shapes can exist on curved surfaces. That's what it means.
Have you ever seen the Imaginometry page, Dawn?
Still not a triangle, though, is it?
No, it's called a spherical triangle. It's a different shape. No one's claiming it's a triangle.
Okay, but you're using it. You're using it as a proof, but you've got
No, I'm not. Bev brought it up.
Yeah, no, you've got a ball with a bit of
Bev brought it up. I
paper on
didn't
it.
say anything about triangles. Brought it up to try and tell me it's impossible, and I'm explaining how it's not impossible. It's actually a thing that happens. Three-sided shapes on curved surfaces, and even on curved maps. It can exist.
Yeah, you just need to take him to the Baller's Canal. Really?
I can make a unicorn exist.
Okay,
Doesn't
walk
mean
me
it's
through-
an actual
walk me through that.
unicorn.
Walk me through
Doesn't
how
mean
you
it's an
make-
actual unicorn.
Okay. But when I draw a triangle on...
I can go and get a
spherical map,
horse.
It does
a
mean
pony. I can
it's
stick
a
a horn
spherical
on
triangle
it.
on a spherical map, right?
Yeah, I can go and get a pony. I can stick a horn on it. I can make it look like a unicorn and say, there you go, it's a
No,
unicorn.
that's completely different. That's not allegory at all. It's not an allegory.
Why not?
It's you pretending an animal is something else while I'm holding an actual three-sided shape on an actual spherical map.
But it's an actual pony.
You've just got a horn tied onto a horse.
No, it's an actual pony though, and it's an actual horn.
There's no such thing as a spherical map.
It's actually there. It's in reality. So why?
I can see the string tying the horn up.
And I can see the little joins on your globe.
Yeah, it's not a real Earth, is it? It's just a globe. I never claimed it's a real Earth.
I'm just trying to tell you how stupid it is to use that as proof of anything.
I didn't. Bev brought triangles up.
Can we move on from that ridiculousness now, then, seeing as I've just pointed it out to you?
As long as we all agree that three-sided shapes can exist on curved surfaces.
Yeah, but it's not a triangle, though, is it? You can't call it
a spherical triangle.
Okay, that's completely separate. Yeah, fine. Whatever. Let's move on.
How do you go with the concept of a five-sided square?
You never measure what's in the real world. All you show is your stupid globe, and I know you'll never back your claims. Your world is full of illusions, contradiction between fact and fiction. I know you'll never back your claims. It's like driving the wrong way down a one-way street. Unstoppable force on immovable feet. Straight lines converge in the distance. Why do I get so much resistance? I know you'll never prove me wrong. And all we get are physics deniers, pathologic compulsive liars. I know you'll never prove me wrong. It's like driving the wrong way down a one-way street. It's where knowledge and ignorance meet. Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion. We all know you're insane. Talk about your 2D surface. We all know you ain't got no purpose in life. We think that you live on board. It's like driving the wrong way down a one-way street. It's where knowledge and ignorance meet. Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion. We all know you're insane. We all know you're insane.
I don't believe you can do that. I don't know.
Is it possible or is it not possible?
No, I don't think so. Wouldn't that debunk the concept of a square?
What about a one-sided triangle?
No.
No. A three-sided square? Like, obviously you believe in spherical triangles, so you think there could be a triangle with three...
I believe it's a knowledge.
You think there could be a triangle with three 90-degree angles, right?
I can draw one on a ball right now. They exist.
You can draw lines on a ball. Yeah, I've done the same.
It's called a spherical triangle. That's what they call it.
But the angle is on the internal angles, right? If you were to have 90 degrees, 390 degrees, it would just be an eighth of that sphere, right? If you imagine it's a cake and you cut an eighth out of it, that's what you're doing, isn't it? So all of those 90-degree angles are at the apex of the thing. They're an internal angle towards the planes that you've just cut. That's where the angles are measured at 90 degrees. They're not. So as you have that 90 degrees, a triangle, but it's not a triangle, right? You've got 390 degrees. Could you then take the concept of that being a square, three-sided square?
You're talking to yourself at this point. It's meaningless.
No. This is the conversations we've had just recently with some people. Not going to say anyone, but I mean, like they're like you. They have these beliefs about geometry, but the concepts change.
So what did you come here for?
To challenge your beliefs. I didn't know it was you and Bev. I thought it was new people.
About what though? So you wanted to come in and be like a globe guru for the newbies. Is that what you were imagining?
Bev's, I wanted to challenge anyone who thinks Earth is not a globe. Yeah.
How well do you think you've done?
Hang on.
I'm challenging Bev's knowledge about the surface of canals now. That's what I've got to. And
you spend all that time flying drones.
About three-sided shapes only being triangles, not spherical triangles. Like he's forgotten curves exist.
What made you come back though? Because you've been away.
I told the story earlier. I saw Stacey B and Brandon go into Gems on YouTube, and I decided I want to debate them. So I went to their server.
When was that, today?
It was a bit dead, and someone shared this link, so I ended up here.
We say their server. Stacey B and Brandon haven't got a server, have they? Or did you mean Jedi?
It's Brandon's server, isn't it?
Brandon's server, yeah. So was that today that they went into Gems?
Yeah, it's only an hour ago.
Thank you.
Are they a team? I like that.
Yeah, Brandon and Stacey B. They're both insane.
I think we figured out why I'm not unbanned.
Yeah.
Oh, some of them are banned from here, I think they were saying as well.
Who?
Nobody's banned from in here.
Brandon and Stacey. Brandon was in the other day. Stacey's
Brandon's there, Stacey's in here.
I don't think Jem's banned. I think Cosmo would be banned because he's an awful, vile, horrible piece of shit.
Oh, I hate him, yeah. So from hearing you, Bev, your crew, your group is no further along than last time we spoke.
I don't know. Everybody always says that, but yeah, of course we are. We're miles ahead, and as we always have been.
You're still blinding people with bad semantics that you yourself don't even believe in.
That was a baseless claim or whatever you just said.
No, it's literally what you do. That's your debate tactics, bad semantics that you don't even believe in.
So that's why you've come back then, to push the narrative that Bev doesn't know anything.
Oh, that's my comment after talking to you again.
Okay. I get it.
So, dishonesty.
I'm way further along, Dawn, because I worked out you're an asshole. And unfortunately, for some reason, you've turned into a mainstream cunt.
Well, at least I don't lie about Earth.
Nobody's lying in here, and nobody claims to know anything about the shape of the Earth.
Bev claimed he knew that canals were horizontal just 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, the water level.
What's that got to do with the shape of the Earth?
Lots.
Has it?
Yeah. So if all canals are horizontal, how can it be curved?
Oh my goodness. I don't know, Dawn.
So
really don't know.
he has a belief in Earth, doesn't he?
No, not at all. None.
I
don't
think it's more like stuff in reality and things that can be measured and proven down here, you know, on the ground.
How far have you measured a canal to be horizontal so far? What distance?
Whatever the canal near us, personally.
The longest distance you've measured to be horizontal.
On the map, it was 27 miles total length, but the actual measurement that I made with the ruler would be the as the crow flies, 15 miles, I think it was.
You've measured a canal being horizontal for 15 miles.
Absolutely, yeah, on the map.
It's easily done.
What did you
easily
use?
done. There's the Suez Canal as well.
Did you
That's
use?
another one.
A ruler.
A ruler?
Yeah.
I mean a ruler. You can't measure canals with a ruler.
Yeah. Scale ruler. Map.
What do you mean a map? You
Yeah,
didn't go to the canal.
you know how to measure things, surely.
Did you go to the canal?
At one end, I put the ruler at one end of the canal where it started.
How long was the
other
ruler?
end, and I measured it.
How long was the ruler?
It's a scale ruler.
I need to look that up. How long was it?
It's a 30 cent. You want to see scale 1 to 1?
Like a school
it is
ruler.
30 centimeters scale.
Like the one
ruler.
you get in school that we slapped each other with.
I don't know. Did you have scale rulers? You don't seem to understand what a scale ruler is, so maybe you didn't have them.
How did you measure 15 miles with a 30 centimeter ruler?
It's scale ruler, Don.
Have you never done orienteering or anything to do with maps and geography?
Done orienteering.
They have.
It didn't include canal measuring. It just included getting back to the city where we would.
The maps have scales. If you look at them, so you can use the scale for distance.
I'm not talking about maps. I'm talking about how you measured real water to be actually horizontal.
The maps. This is where I was trying to get to before, Don. The shortest distance.
Scale ruler.
The shortest distance between 2 points is the shortest distance. Now that happens to be what we call a horizontal distance in reality, right?
Sorry,
the horizontal is the
just
shortest
a ruler.
distance
How
between.
did you measure 15 miles with a 30 centimeter
you keep
ruler?
interrupting. Why'd you do that?
Because you were talking with just.
I was trying to explain to you how I measured the distance. Now, the shortest distance in reality is the shortest distance between 2 points, right? That's a straight line. Now, in reality, that's a horizontal distance. Now, when they're making their maps, they make their points and they triangulate all of their points on that map and they transpose the horizontal distances from reality onto the paper. They call that a map. They put it to scale. Therefore, the scale map is directly proportional. You've heard what a scale is, a scale model.
Why are you telling me about maps? This is about measuring water.
No, you said, how long have you measured the canal? And I said, 15 miles as the crow flies.
In reality,
horizontal distance
real
from
water
one end to the
and
other.
a real canal. Listen. In reality, real canal, real water, real test.
Yeah.
What's the furthest distance you've measured to be horizontal?
That's why you get the maps. That people have already done this, Dawn.
I'm talking about real measurements.
Yeah, people have done this. They did it centuries ago.
Oh God.
They mapped it very accurately. They're very, very good. You've seen the maps.
You just told me that you're proving water's horizontal, but all you're using is a 30 centimeter ruler.
No, I didn't say that was. Did I say that was a proof? You said, how far have you measured? And I told you.
And you told me 15 miles.
Yeah.
And I'm asking how you did it, and you've told me you
with a
used
ruler.
A 30 centimeter ruler.
I used a scale ruler.
A ruler with lots of different measurements on it.
Well, it's different scales.
Right.
Yes.
So just a ruler.
Yes.
And how did you measure 15 miles of water with a ruler that's only 30 centimeters long?
Put the ruler on the map.
Fuck me, I'm leaving.
You're insane. Scale map, Dawn. Are you off? That's nice. We'll go over maps sometime.
Oh, bless him. That was enough.
Yeah, he might not come back again. That was got to be a little bit embarrassing, that, right? You know,
I love it.
You don't
I love
understand
it.
scale is what they could tell us all the time, but they haven't got a clue.
No, they don't. Sorry, I have to say sorry to unicorn. I keep using unicorns, but I like unicorns, and it's the first thing that pops in my head. No offense.
A lot of faith in men. Has a lot of beliefs.
I'm saying, personally, I believe the things that you teach your child, your autistic child, is
How do
psychological
you-
child abuse.
Like that water is level.
No, you teach your child that level is a horizontal plane, which is not true.
Yes,
And
course
the
it is.
implication of that is that you are teaching your child the earth is flat.
You can measure this. Have you tried measuring this? The level surface drops away, drops down from the horizontal plane at a rate of 8 inches times the distance in miles squared. I did not say that the level is not horizontal. Oh, yeah, it's measurable.
So
Hey, there's the main surveyors in there. Good evening.
Excellent. He really crushed Bev last week. Poor Bev. So let's see. We've got James A for £5 says Bev thought a water level gave him horizontal, but you didn't pick him up on it.
But we did.
I think that now this is a level, not a water
Yeah,
level.
that's not the same thing, is it?
A water level does establish a horizontal for one point. All right, so I'll cover what a water level is. Imagine you have a tube and it's connected, right? So imagine these two pens are connected and you put water in them, right? And the top is open so like the water can flow up and down. What'll happen is they'll level out and they'll stop moving and they'll sit there like this. And when you sight across the top of them, that establishes a horizontal for the position that's right in the middle of them, right? Not for this position and not for this position, just for the middle of those two positions. Now, if the Earth is flat, that horizontal will be the same everywhere, right? So you could go a mile away and establish and use the same tool to measure a horizontal at the point that's between them, and so then you have two horizontals, and then you could test to see if those two planes are parallel to each other. If the Earth is spherical, then those two planes of horizontalness for that point will diverge from each other, and that's what he needs to test. He needs to test to see if horizontal at two different places are the same. So. And then I told him that, but he missed it. He doesn't like it. He just wants it to be different. So Chris and Dave says, know why spirit levels get their name? Because inside the glass tubes are spirits, aka methylated alcohol. Hence why they don't evaporate as quickly as water would. And also why they don't freeze in cold temperatures. So yeah, this is methylated alcohol or methyl alcohol or sometimes wood alcohol, it's called. So let's see. During my when I was on with Bev, Bev and Cleary were live streaming on Bev or Emma UK's channel or something, and the Plain Truth got really mad and he commented that he wants to hurt me.
What? Actually said he wants to hurt you.
Yeah, it was in not in my videos chat, in the other videos chat. Yeah, so I got that going for me, which is good. And then I got an email the next day or 2 days later from Jack, who made a comment off of my website, which included his IP address, which placed him in Sheffield. So Jack from Sheffield emailed me saying that he would have maimed me. So.
Ooh. I think doxing is the lowest of the low. When I'd been doing debunks for just a few months, someone actually did contact me and said, I've got Nathan Oakley's home address. Do you want it? And I said, no, because I don't care what he's like. I'm not about to dox anyone. I think that's absolutely despicable. And it can, I mean, yeah, we know he's the most obnoxious, I can't even say it, especially on your channel. And I don't swear on my channel. But I just, that's beneath contempt, doxing someone. Incidentally, I was warned about 1 hour before my stream with Bev that Bev doxes people.
He has, yeah.
Yeah. Incidentally, I was warned about 1 hour before my stream with Bev that Bev doxes people.
He has, yeah.
Yeah. Which I was not impressed with. I was quite confident that he knew nothing about me. And to be fair, there was not anything like that. He was absolutely fine on my stream. And from what I saw, he was fine on your stream. He was just as stupid, but he wasn't rudely unpleasant at all, was he? Not that I recall.
No, somebody did comment, and I think this really describes his voice. It sounds like he's talking with a permanent sneer.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think doxing is good. So like, I don't know if you saw it, but somebody had doxed. I'm not even going to say who, but on Twitter was doxing somebody in our community this last week, and I was very sad to see that.
So it was a debunker that was doxed.
Debunking a debunker is what I think is what happened. So.
Oh man.
Yeah,
There's no need for that, is there?
No.
I mean, if you honestly believe you're right about something, then all you need to do is use your evidence.
Absolutely, yeah. And then I got an email the next day or 2 days later from Jack, who made a comment off of my website, which included his IP address, which placed him in Sheffield. So Jack from Sheffield emailed me saying that he would have maimed me. So.
Ooh. Do you know, I think doxing is the lowest of the low.